guys. Welcome to Sister Talk. My name is JM, and this is my co-host.
I'm Tatiana.
And this is our new podcast called Sister Talks.
It'll be available on YouTube if you want to see our faces. It'll be available on Spotify, and it'll also be available on Apple Podcasts. But we are going to start off with Motherhood in honor of Mother's Day.
So, to all you mothers, happy Mother's Day. And our first episode is coming right after this. So, our first guest is Jawanda. And Jawanda, tell us a little about yourself.
My name is Jawanda. I'm a 39-year-old mother of 3. And I am married. So, what do you want to ask me?
We'll get to the questions a little bit later. And we also have our guest, Kiana. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, I'm 36 and I have 1 child. I am a single mom, a daughter. She's 15.
And our other guest is Tahara. Give us a little background.
Hi, I'm Sahara. I am 24. I don't have kids and I'm not married or anything like that.
We are going to start off with a little bit of an icebreaker. So first, I want to ask everyone, would you consider yourself being a listener or a talker? And this applies to everyday life. It could be with your romantic partners, with your friends, with your siblings, anything. And I'm going to ask Tahara first.
I consider myself a listener because I just listen to Tatiana talk and my other sisters when I call. I don't really say a lot.
I'll go next. I can second that. Tahara's really quiet. We usually are together. We live together, and I'd say I'm like more of the talker between us two. But I'd say like friend-wise, I have more like talkative friends. I know friend-wise, I'm like the non-talker. Definitely between me and Tahara, I'm the talker. Or my siblings, I guess I would be a talker because I'm already comfortable with them.
Okay, for me, I consider myself both. I'm in between. I listen, I talk sometimes. I don't listen long enough and I start talking. So I'm both.
I'm the same. I believe I'm both. I can listen to people or listen to a situation, and I can also weigh in on it and be talkative depending on the subject or the person I'm talking to.
And I'm a little bit of both. I do listen and I am a talker. I guess with my siblings and people, I'm both. I'm a listener and a talker. I listen, so I do listen well and I talk. And I'm very opinionated with certain subjects.
Me too. Very opinionated. So,
Okay, I have one more question for you guys. So I'll answer it first. What is the last song that you listened to? The last song that I listened to when I was getting ready earlier was, I think it's called I Know by Big Sean and Janae Aiko. And it's really old, but TikTok made it like popular again. So then I started listening to it again. That's the last song I listened to.
I've been listening to this song called Handsomer. It's like a TikTok song. It's really the girl part that I like. I can't think of her name at the moment, but it blew up on TikTok. I just been really listening to that song lately.
Okay, so I last listened to today was Silver and Gold by Kirk Franklin. I was in like a bad mood today, so gospel music helped me, change my mood, especially since I know we were recording and filming today. So I wanted to be in a better mood. So that was my last song that I was listening to today.
The last song I listened to was No Problems by Nicki Minaj and Lil Baby in the car.
The last song that I listened to, it actually just came on the radio in the car while I was going to get my son. It was a old song with Biggie Smalls and Lil Kim. It just came on like 104.3 or something. So
Okay, so now we are going to jump right into all the motherhood questions. First, I would like to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers, aunts, anybody that plays any type of mothering role in anyone's life. You are greatly appreciated, so I want to say that.
Happy
Thank
Mother's
you.
Day.
Thank you.
Mother's Day.
Thank you. I used to have a fish. Um,
Oh, Lord.
But first, we're going to talk about selflessness. When I was looking at stuff for motherhood and just searching like quotes and that type of stuff, selflessness came up. So I wanted to ask Jawanda first, do you think even when you first find out that you're pregnant, do you think selflessness plays into it? Like, when do you start showing that attribute?
I think it depends on the woman. Most women, when they do find out they're pregnant, they're gonna, take care of themselves more, starve for the baby, especially if they want a baby. And most of the time, even if they're not ready, you're gonna still be selfless because you're carrying another human being. So yeah, I think so, that it starts right away, right when you first find out. My opinion. I did.
Yeah.
For me, honestly, when I first got it didn't start for me till I felt the kick, till I felt my baby kicking, and I could actually feel the movement around, because I wasn't like really showing when I was pregnant. So it really became real once the you could feel the baby for me, and that's when you just start getting into the mindset of, I gotta do this, change this,
It's
and
real.
prepare for the baby.
So I want to keep going on the selflessness aspect, like, and take it more into like financial need and stuff like that. Like, if you're tight on money, and how do you like balance, oh, I want to do this, but I know my kid wants to do this, or I need this, but I know my kid needs this. Like, I wanted to touch on that, like on that part of selflessness, like financially, or any situations that you guys can think of, or anything for you personally.
Well, I know for me, finances is, especially with having more than one, as far as when certain things or that you would buy, that I would amount of it I would pay for myself, I wouldn't, because I have, two kids. As far as maintenance, hair, nails, feet done, just certain things like that. As they get older, and I have two teenagers, and they need less, then you'll probably, well, I do, spend more on yourself than what you would when they're smaller, or if something's coming up, birthday, Christmas, something like that coming up, then of course your finances is going to be a big play for me, because I have more than one.
For me, of course, like, it comes into play when you like taking care, like the bills and the necessities in life. So like, if you have to like pay a rent, or for me rent, or like utility bills and buy groceries and stuff like that, all that stuff is gonna, of course, take precedent versus like a want that a child might need. But for the most part, haven't really had to balance that too often. But if it had to come up, of course, the bills to be paid first, the rent to be covered, food to be supplied, all that stuff will come first before any type of necessities that may come about.
Okay.
Next, we're gonna move into what is your guys' opinions, and I'm gonna speak on my opinion, on like cutting kids off financially at 18. And I just want to speak on that a little bit because I'm 21. I still live at home. The only thing I pay is my phone bill. So I know that my dad still like providing for me financially. It was a big help because I only work like 10 hours a week, maybe 15 hours because I go to school. So I know that is a big help, and I'm 21. So I strongly advise people not to cut their kids off, because that's my situation. But yeah, so I want to speak on that. You think that when a child is 18, are they like cut off financially and they have to figure out their own stuff, or like, what do you guys think?
Well, my child is only 15 right now, so I haven't experienced it yet. But I don't think I will cut her off financially, as far as like she's gonna always have a place to live. I'm not gonna have her buy food or whatever and pay bills or anything like that. But if she gets she has a job or something like that, I may start having her pay her phone bill or something like that, her cell phone bill. So just to give her an idea of responsibility and stuff like that. If she has a car, she possibly can pay the insurance on the car or something like that. It just depends on the situation of what she got going on. Because if she's in school, then I probably be more helpful with some of the finances that she might incur. But I can't really say until it occurs.
Well, my opinion is I don't think parents should cut children off at 18. I mean, they still a teen, even 19, even 20. Even 21, 22, especially if they're going to school. Mainly if they're going to school, bills, it's the only bill I think they should pay is a cell phone bill. And if pertaining to a vehicle they have, personal items they may want, because if parents have other things, they can supply their own little items if they're working a part-time job, which I know even if you're a full-time college student, you can work at least a little part-time job to make up for some of those items that they may need or even want, specific special things they may need. So I don't feel like they should be cut off. I don't feel no one is ready for life at that young. Even at, like I said, 19, 20, 21, they not ready for the world to go pay bills or anything, but they do need responsibility to learn so they won't be spoiled or feel entitled. I think they should have some type of responsibility to know that what they, learn about finances is one, because if they don't learn it, then I don't think they'll be good when they first get out there, because they'll just be so used to their parents paying for everything. So I do think that they need, along the way, the parents do need to teach them finances in there, because they'll know and have an idea when they do get out there and they are on their own.
Okay, my opinion is I don't think kids should be cut off at 18. I don't have any kids, but when I was 18, I didn't have stuff figured out at all. Like now I'm still figuring stuff out. I'm 31. So it's like, of course, we don't expect 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds and, early, adults to know and figure things out. So if I was a parent, I don't know, but I would think that I would try to help my kid as much as possible, but also allow them to have some responsibilities and know how to manage money and stuff, because when my kid turned 31, I want them to be a little better off than me. So I was cut off at 2.
Girl, bad.
Okay. That's my opinion.
I think that at 18, parents shouldn't cut them off. I'm 24, and technically, my dad and I'm not cut off, but I still have responsibilities. Like Joanna and Kiana was saying, I do have responsibilities to help take care of the house or pay for bills because I have a full-time job and I'm not in school. But no, I don't think parents should cut kids off at like 18, not even like 19. Probably like, I don't think it's not really a good time to cut them off until they're ready to leave, or if they like out of school and they already have a full-time job.
Yeah, I guess it might depend more on
or career will be more of a
depend less on the age, more so like where they at.
Yeah, I agree. The placement in life is probably more so judged on where to cut them off,
right?
Other than age. So
and every child,
because the kid could be
different,
18 and be able to handle stuff. So
right, and then some kids are more independent than other kids. Some kids might want to leave right out of high school and get a job and get an apartment and be on their own anyway. And the other kid might stay a little longer or be away at school, depending on the child. It all depends on that as well. And the parents' finances too, because all parents are
can't afford it,
capable to even pay for like a child's living expense, and they may need a little extra help with the rent or the bills or whatever in the household, and some kids might want to do that for their parents. So it just depends on a lot of
the situation
components
and people.
Then I want to ask you guys, do you think because you raise your kid and you provide for them financially, whatever, you think in the end, when it's time for you to retire and stuff, do you feel like your kids owe you? Because I want to say in the Hispanic household, one of our teachers told us before that her parents live with her right now, and then when she, you know, gets old, then she's gonna live with her kids. Like that's kind of how it works in their family. I want to say Hispanic, I'm not sure, but I know that's definitely how it worked in her family. Like the kid, you know, some cultures, the kid, you know.
You think I say no for me, because I don't think children ask to be here. But I do think that all children, especially once they become adults and maybe have children of their own, then that's only when, not saying that's like gonna be the only way, but they know a lot of sacrifice that their parents may have did and went through. So I think if their parents need help, they will help them. But maybe if the parents were very elderly and can't live alone, then the kids don't mind. I just wouldn't want to never be a burden on my children like that. If they have a family, I would be okay living in the assistance living or whatever and visiting, because I just would want them to live their life, take care of their family, and not like, because they say you a baby once, you a baby twice, and an adult once, so you're gonna get back to where you need maybe 24-hour care, and you just don't know where they'll be in their life, and I don't want that. Me personally wouldn't want that stress for my children. If they could afford it, if they want to pay for somebody to be there or something, that's totally on them, but I wouldn't want to be a burden to them if I was like older and needed a lot of care. Kiana.
Well, I kind of feel the same as Joanda. It depends. Like, I would want my daughter, and if I have future kids, I'm not sure yet, but I would want my daughter to want to take care of me. But like Joanda said, I don't know if I would want to be like in their household, and they, you know, they have them having to worry about my day-to-day needs. If I'm at that point when I can't take care of myself, I wouldn't mind being in like a assisted living situation. But yeah, I wouldn't mind being like a little old lady, having my own little part of the house, and you know, if I'm able to like still move around, do my own business and stuff like that. So it's just, I don't know. So I don't think they have to though. I don't think it's
like, you're not saying it's a have to.
Feel no type of way if my baby didn't want to take care of me.
And we already know the answer.
Oh yeah, my baby already told me I'm going straight to the to
Oh man.
So
well,
in my opinion, I don't think they should be obligated to take care of the mother or the parent, because like Joanna said, they didn't ask to be here. But I do feel like if your parent was caring and loving and, you know, did what they needed to do, if they did need you or whatever, because everybody don't have the finances and the ability to put their people in nice places. Yeah. Like, if you have the ability to do so, I feel like the kid should do it, because you know, if they live their last lives, you kind of want to be there with them, in my opinion.
I think it shouldn't be a have to, but as a kid that have a parent that I'll be okay with, if I had it, then he can live with me. But it shouldn't be a have to. And it also depends on what the parent was, like how the parent was to the kid. That plays a big part of if the kid gonna take care of the parent.
For me, he could go in a nursing home. But we have an older father, so we already spoke like a little bit about stuff. So I just hope that I'm like well off enough to have like a in-home person, and he could, if it comes to like he need 24-hour type care, like or you know, most of the day type care, I want an at-home person, and then he could stay in his house, like with us. You know, he only got like 10 years maybe, so.
Girl,
What?
my daddy, 81 years old, be 82.
10 years, yeah, that's kind of.
Why would you put
Got about 20 years. All right.
Okay. So to switch things up, for the mothers, I was wondering, so when you guys found out y'all was pregnant, did y'all feel y'all was ready to be a mother, or did you feel like it took some time to get used to, or you never ready? You just jump right into it. So did you feel ready to be a mom when you found out you were pregnant? Or was your pregnancy planned or like that? And Kiana, you can go first since you're next to me.
Okay. Definitely wasn't planned. I found out I was pregnant. I was 20 years old, and I had my daughter when I was 21. So I was not prepared, or I was not planning it at all. So it was definitely you know, I don't want to say out of the blue, because when you do it, you're doing anything is possible, but it wasn't planned at all. So I wasn't ready. I mean, and I don't think you could really ever prepare for a child, no matter, like, if you probably was an older sibling and you helped with your babies and stuff like that, or you've been around babies and you babysat and stuff like that, that'll help you. But for me, I never was around babies. I was around them, but I wasn't like taking care of them and watching them and changing them and washing them up and doing all that type of stuff. So I really wasn't like prepared as far as that. And you're really gonna only learn once you experience it, because it's a whole nother level of it's a whole nother level of love. It's a whole nother level of responsibility that's gonna always weigh on you, no matter how old they get. So it's like, it's just until you become a parent, or you become a parent figure, because I guess like step parents who probably don't have biological kids may have that feeling as well. Like, you just it's just different. It's just a different feeling that you won't, I guess, kind of indescribable, but yeah, I wasn't prepared at all. But you just learn as you go.
So yeah, like Kiana said, of course, I wasn't prepared. I had my son at 20, and then 2 years later I had another son, but I wasn't never like scared or anything. I wasn't prepared, of course, and I was young. I think my main issue was probably being young and finances. I did know a lot about taking care of babies because I'm the oldest, and I did used to be around babies, change diapers, things like that. Then I really wasn't like scared as far as I'm, feeding, changing, bathing, any of that. But like Kiana said, I don't know if you'll ever be like prepared, because even if you older, you pray for a healthy baby. So you never know the outcome of the pregnancy, the baby, everything that you may have to do, everything that goes into it, because even when you babysit other kids or be around them, it's nothing like your own baby 24/7. You got to do everything for them and be there for them at all times, especially when they're newborn, because that's the only person they know is you. So it's being prepared, no. And then I had two at a small age. So no, I was not prepared. I was very young, and it just had a lot of help. You do need help, even if the mother do everything. I think a village is helpful, because you're never gonna know day to day. Sick, school once they start school, or even just for you for a shower, whatever. So I think having help is always going to be needed as well, and more, people than just the father, even more than grandparents. You're just going to always need a village to help you with your children.
Okay, so to piggyback off being prepared by you, I heard you say that you're the oldest, which I already know because you're my sister. Do you feel like you're already like pushed in the mother role because of being the oldest of out of 10 kids, do you feel like you was already kind of like pushed to be like a mama figure, or did you feel like responsibilities fell on you by you being the oldest of some of the
No,
kids?
no, because my sisters that's under me, they wasn't really like I did nothing for them. It was more you and Derek. I wanted to take y'all outside with me because I was just mature for my age,
I
and
was
I
cute.
would get y'all dressed and take y'all outside with me. And I couldn't have been up about 7 or 8. Kiana was like more in the house. Shalita was doing her own thing. So I wasn't pushed into it, like made to do hair, change diapers. This I wanted to take my little sister and brother outside and clean, have them put on clean clothes and be with me. And for the babies, Tahara and Tata, I just graduated high school and I just start, people thought they was my daughters. Start doing their hair. They go with me. It wasn't never really like it was pushed. I'm going somewhere my sisters can go. I want to comb their hair, get them clothes, take them places. So it wasn't that it was pushed. It's just what I wanted to do because that's just me. Because I was always mature for my age, but it was never like pushed on me. No.
So you was ready to be a mom real quick, real early.
No,
Right.
not a mom, but just an assistant.
And then what are your opinions on rules, boundaries, structure in a household? What is your guys? I can go first. I don't have kids, but we recently lived with our brother and his sons, which are our nephews. So we got to see like some type of how a parent, chooses to deal with their kids firsthand on a day-to-day basis and stuff.
We had the opportunity to live with our nephews and our brother. And I feel like structure and discipline wise, it's up to the parent, but also I feel like there should be some type of structure and discipline. Don't have to be harsh or anything, but it should be something.
As being a parent, I believe in structure off the top because it's going to give everybody sanity. I think kids should have structure, food, bedtime, cleaning, everything. I think structure is a big role in the house. It should be definitely done from a small age. I definitely believe in discipline, age appropriate, but I do believe in it because if the parent doesn't do it, that how they're going to learn. So I do believe that they structure and discipline are very, very important. I feel like as parents, you raise kids, you feed them, you make sure they dress clean, a roof over their head. All of that is what you're gonna do anyway. But I know the other part is harder, which that's a lot of part that people don't do. The structure, the discipline, teaching them respect, manners, all of those things I think are very important and with kids.
Okay, I don't have kids, as I stated 30 times already, but I do believe in structure, discipline, and I just really feel like your kid is a representation of your house when you're not there. So if you don't teach your kids structure and the proper ways to move and be in this world, is what you. So I think it's very important.
I agree with structure. I'm not the toughest parent, I'm not gonna front, but it's needed. Just like Joanna said, you want your kids to be respectful, especially to everybody, but especially when you're not around, you want to know that your kid is behaving properly, that they're not being rude, disrespectful, and acting wild. Also, it's important to have some type of routines in the household. And I'm just really still getting on top of that with my daughter. And I kind of try to follow behind Jawanda because what she having her kids do. But but for me, I'm not gonna front, I'm not the toughest parent, but structure is needed. Definitely needed.
Okay.
Well, to piggyback, can I piggyback off of that a little bit?
Oh yeah.
I just want to say, even though I've always been a believer, because I say when your kid's in the womb, their personality, everything is developed already there, and you just kind of molding them. So I do feel like just because a parent have structure, discipline, and rules and everything, and teach their kids all this, not saying the kid gonna be perfect and they not gonna never do nothing. So because they are who they are. So I don't like would say that all parents should be judged off everything, because kids their personality is gonna be what their personality. So I do feel like as a parent you just do the best and try your best, and you hope and pray they get some of it they's not, and you just go from there.
Okay, so since we're running out of time, I have like 2 things I want us to do to close out the episode. The first thing is I want because the mothers to tell us what kind of parent they think we would be, like as far as tough, cool parent. And I'm gonna be the cool one, that. So our mothers.
I don't know. I cannot picture Tata as a parent at all.
Well, a lot of kids.
We're only 21.
Sahara be so attentive, and like I see Tata being more not Tata, Tahara being more present, like cause I see her with like my niece Brooklyn, so like I could see her like she'll probably be like a good parent, and like Tata said, I can't see you as a parent. That don't mean you won't be a good parent. That's just like I know people don't probably see me as a parent now, and I have it. But yeah, so I think Tahara be a really good mother. Johnny May, I think Johnny May will be a good parent as well, because she do take my nephew, she used to babysit babies back in the day when they was newborns and stuff like that. As far as like how she would be as a parent, if she could be like strict, she claims she'll be, but I doubt it, because it's different when you have your own kids. Like stuff that you say people should do, it changes when you get your own kid. Like it really does. So I don't know.
So you said I'd be the cool parent.
Say you would be the cool parent, because right now, like you think you the cool parent. I think I'm cool, but my baby doesn't. So who knows?
Okay, so I think that JM will be a good parent. Of course, she does. She's been babysitting kids since she's been a kid. Babies forced, I think, for some of them, right? But I think that she'll be a good provider as a parent, and I think she'll be more. I'm not gonna say cool. I'm saying I think she'll be more disciplined, like want to teach her kids manners, respect, because she big on like that kind of stuff. I don't think she's gonna be mean. I just think she's gonna be like, want to make sure her kids are well-rounded, have structure, discipline, and things like that. For Tata, she's a baby right now, but I think that Tata is gonna be like funny parent, laugh at a lot of stuff, joke a lot, but then have to make sure they know the difference between, okay, mama mean business and mama don't, when she not playing. So I think is she gonna be like, fun, they coming in, I don't know, have a 10 in the living room over the couches or something like that. That's how I see her. I won't want to mess up my living room, but I'm talking about you. For Zahara, I think she's gonna be a very patient parent, like a very good parent that listens, like her kids come in there, sit on the bed and just talk for hours and hours and hours and hours. And she just listen, like rub their back, whatever, be like, okay. So I think she's going to be one of those kind of parents that really just listen to her kids, and like be kind of laid back with them. I ain't going to say not disciplined, but I think you're just going to be real laid back. I think you'll be more of the cool one. That's just my opinion.
Okay. Last thing before we close out, what advice would you give future moms and soon to be moms? You can go first, Kiana.
I would just tell people to just take it one step at a time. Listen to people, but you really gonna have to experience stuff for yourself. It's just basically on the job training. You're not gonna be able to really learn nothing from reading books and too much from listening to other people, but it is helpful because people have been through things, so they will know things. And take it one day, one step at a time, and just just go, take it as you go. That's all I can say.
So I say, my opinion is I know people may not ever be ready. And I'm not saying I don't think people should be young when they're a parent or you older, because I don't know what would you consider young or old. But I do think that people should want to be more prepared as far as not just finance, just ready to know that with parenting it's forever once you become a parent. So you want to make sure that you are, got that in the back of your mind, that you are ready to become a parent as far as patient wise, and you can travel and still do things, but it's just like some stuff you might have to miss or don't miss, and it's like you'll be mad because your joy will be your child. And
Okay, sorry you guys, the computer died or the camera died. So we're gonna finish up what advice that the mothers will give future mothers or soon-to-be moms. Advice on motherhood and what to expect. And I believe we left off on Jawanda. So
oh yeah. So I was saying that I don't, like Kiana was stating, I don't think that no one will like ever be 100% ready to be a parent. But I do think that mothers, especially women, should make sure that they at least ready as they want to be, because it is a lot of work with big children, especially when they babies. I mean, they probably all their life, but you want to make sure that you're ready, and gonna be joy. It's gonna be a joy when you have your baby anyway. And of course, help is always gonna be there, but you do want to at least be ready as you can be and prepared as you can be prepared for your baby. So it just won't feel like it's stressful or, dreadful. It's like, oh, I don't want no more kids or like that. You just want to try to be prepared as you can be when you become a parent. So that's why I do think helping with other children do give, as far as nieces, nephews, cousins, whatever, give you kind of an idea of what parenting is going to be like, and especially at different stages too, so you can kind of know a little bit as well when you do become a parent.
okay,
Being pregnant.
and for the mothers, for the ladies that are not mothers, I have one thing to ask you guys as well. What are you most excited if you are going to become, or you want to be a mom, because some people don't want to be moms? What is one thing that you're excited about for motherhood when it's your turn?
Me personally, I'm just really excited to see like the baby grow, and it's exciting. I think when like their features start to come in, when their personality starts to come in, like those type of things. I know personally, I just want to really, really make sure that like I'm either, working for myself or working a part-time job, just so I can or not working at all, just so I can be there those early years and just really, really watch them grow. So I know that's something I'm really excited to see them, like first laugh, like first walk, all that type of stuff.
For me, I don't want to have kids, but I'm gonna be excited to see my nieces and nephews grow and their personalities and stuff. But me personally, I don't want kids.
No kids.
And for me, I just want to see like me and somebody else. Like I want to be like, oh, she looked just like her mama, and I'm the mama. Yeah, but
That's what you want to see. How they gonna look.
But I want to thank you ladies for joining us on our first episode, All Things Mothers. And we want to also tell you guys happy Mother's Day once again. And thank you guys out there watching us. We gonna be lit every Sunday, period. Bye.
Bye guys.
Bye. Thank you.